TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling, presents to you Macomb High School football. It's the Macomb High Bombers and the Elmwood-Brimfield Trojans, right? Did I get that right?
Yes, Trojans.
I did get that right. I don't know why I was doubting myself there, but the Elmwood-Brimfield Trojans and the Macomb Bombers. Here on Friday Night Lights, Ben Wamsley, Caden Strunz on the call with you tonight. And Ben, Elmwood-Brimfield looking for their first win since September 26th. They've fallen in the last two. Macomb, on the other end, has clinched the playoffs. They are playoff eligible, or not playoff eligible. They've already clinched the playoffs, sitting at 6-1.
Yeah, we've seen Macomb play some good games. They lost to Farmington 2 weeks ago. That's their only loss so far, I believe. Last time I checked, anyways, Farmington was ranked third in the state. Yep. Good to see, though, Drew Watson was injured in that game, but he is back. He's leading the charge inside the huddle for the Bombers right now, so definitely good for the Bombers that he's back for them, especially coming into playoff season.
Yeah, that was obviously something that one wondered a few weeks ago here in this situation. I mean, again, that's a big offensive playmaker there on Macomb's side, and it's huge that he's healthy. He's good to go. As we get into crunch time, the final two games of the regular season, they're both here in Macomb, and this presentation of TSSR Game Time Live starts right now. Kickoff just about to start. Bombers and Trojans. The Trojans will receive first.
And they got Dylan Shane back there, junior running back for the Trojans.
The Bombers are ready to kick it away. And we are off and running. Enjoy the game tonight. Let us know where you're watching from. Kickoff 7 o'clock tonight will be returned from just about the 20, brought down prior to the 30. That's where the Trojans will start their opening drive.
This Macomb Bombers defense has been good, at least from what we've been able to see. Been good pretty well throughout most of the year. Charge being led by Drake Mace. He's ranked 4th in the state so far in total tackles.
So 1st and 10 for the Trojans, just short of the 30, and be a run up the middle, brought down, look to be at about the 33-yard line. This is a Trojans offense that likes to run the ball a lot. I mean, I think that might be what you see, I'd say, about 80% of the time tonight from what I've had with conversations with people before the game, coaches. Definitely a run-heavy offense. They'll run this one down near the first down marker.
And based on the two plays that we've seen, I don't see why you wouldn't run it.
Yeah.
Getting roughly 5 yards.
Yeah, will be enough to move the chain. So a first down for the Trojans at the 39. Trojans will have to win out to be playoff eligible. Doesn't guarantee that they will make it, but they sit at 3-4. Cannot afford another loss this season. This run is stuffed for no gain. So obviously a big game for the Trojans, as we just said. On the other side for the Bombers, they look to improve what's been a strong season for them so far. 6-1. Their lone loss, as we said, we were here for that 2 weeks ago against Farmington, 30-16. And this one a run to the outside. He's got some space, brought down at the 46. So it'll be a 3rd and short coming up on the carry, Dylan Shane.
And on the topic of playoffs, Macomb may be playoff or have clinched the playoffs, but
Yep.
they definitely want to keep on winning these games. Try to
Of course.
maintain that home field advantage for as many games as you can.
Hosted a playoff game last year, lost that one. That was against Murfreesboro. I was there for that one. That was a crazy game. It was close until the final 6 minutes. Then it kind of just got away from Macomb. As this run, again, another minimal gain. It's 4th down coming up here for the Trojans. Let us know where you're watching from tonight down in the comments. This is a 4th down coming up here for Elmwood-Brimfield. 4th and 3. They need to get to the 49. Maybe 2.5. Another handoff, and he's going to be well short of the line to gain. The Bombers force a turnover on the opening drive.
And you really see how much the Trojans really trust that run offense to go for it on 4th down with still about 3 yards to go, not electing to go over there. The run offense must be something they trust quite a lot.
Will Thomas was in on that tackle for the stop and turnover. Bombers in plus territory on the opening drive. 47-yard line, 1st and 10. A little bit of a high snap, handoff up the middle. Drake May near the 1st down. And let's see. A nice gain nonetheless. Don't see the chains being moved quite yet. It'll be a gain of 9. So 2nd and 1. Drake May's opening rush, a solid one, 9 yards. Well, change your minds. It's a Sports Corner 1st down. They'll give him the first 10-yard gain on the first run. And looks like we have some movement on the defensive side.
Well, it looks like about everyone on the defense they got to jump. At least everyone on the defensive line, so that'll give them a few extra yards for the Bombers.
A little too excited for the Trojans. It's a 1st and 5. At the 32. Not going to look to throw. He's going to throw it up. Open and overthrown. The intended target, Carter Havens. And again, incomplete. So first throw of the day from Nupp, just missing Havens. 2nd down. He had some separation there. I mean, I feel like we've seen that a decent amount this year. You see the separation, they just aren't able to convert on those deep throws.
Yeah, and I will say, I mean, that it was overthrown. It was a lot closer than we've seen, so
Yeah.
Definitely getting better at it. But yeah, definitely gonna need to improve that.
Another handoff to Drake May. This will be a gain of 2 or 3. 3rd and short coming up. "13 yards, 2 carries, and a 3rd and 2 coming up for Macomb at the Trojans' 29. Handoff up the gut. That'll be a Sports Corner 1st down. Look to be a fullback dive almost.
Yeah,
In the
just
2 back.
a few yards to go. I think it's 2 back. Let's see here.
Yeah, Joshua McPeters with the Sports Corner 1st down, and the Bombers will move closer to the red zone, 1st and 10. Handoff. Minimal gain from May. Thornton there for the tackle for the Trojans. 2nd and 8 for the Bombers. On 2nd down, Nupp's going to fire it near the end zone. It is caught. Touchdown Bombers, converting to Drew Watson.
mentioned earlier how big of an asset Drew Watson is to the Bombers, and proved himself right there, bringing it in for the touchdown and first score of this game.
So the Bombers will have an opening drive touchdown. Nope. Watson 6-0, and the extra point attempt on the way. Some more movement. Believe this might have been a free play. It is good. It might have not been, though. I don't see any flags.
I don't think he crossed the line there.
Close, but no cigar. Bombers will take the extra point. And a good start for them. They're in front 7-0 here on senior night at Macomb.
My name is Kelsey Cunningham. I'm a nurse practitioner with the cardiology department here at McDonough District Hospital. Cardiology is like a big puzzle. A lot of things can be traced back to the heart, and to see somebody in your office at the beginning of the process really down on themselves and, not feeling like their best self, and I think in their mind never really thinking that they're going to recover from that, to fast forward 6 months where they're back doing things they once did. It's the ultimate goal, and I love to see it happen.
Watson makes it 6-0. The extra point was good. 7-0 Bombers here in this first quarter. As you said, Drew Watson, an impact player on this Bombers offense, has the school record for receiving yards. Just recently picked up the school record for receptions, and I'd have to assume that touchdowns are in the ballpark if he hasn't broken that already.
That'd be questionable of that, though. I do think Drake May is actually ahead of him in touchdowns, maybe receiving touchdowns if they keep track of that, but I think May's ahead of Watson.
Yeah. Short kick brought down at the 36 was Johnson. Second drive here for the Trojans. Again, they like to run. If this run doesn't go anywhere this game, self-explanatory, will get out of hand pretty quickly if they can't run it.
Yeah, we've yet to see what the Trojans have been able to do over there, but from what we've seen, they trust the run game a lot more.
37-yard line, 1st and 10. A little bit of a toss. That was Johnson for a few yards. Check that. Shane Johnson with the toss. 2nd down and 7.
A bit of a low toss there.
Yeah.
Lucky that one didn't end up fumbled. But we've seen them keep lining up in these tight formations, and yet to see them try anything out wide.
Another handoff. 3rd down coming up.
This may be an instance where we see them try a pass. Don't want to speak too soon, but 3rd and 5 to 6 yards to go.
Yeah. We'll see. And again, this is a team that does not throw. It's rare. This is 3rd and 5 from the 42. It'll be a keeper brought down behind the line. 4th down coming up on the tackle. Cameron Keene was around the area of the quarterback. So 4th and 6. Don't see the punting unit out here, at least from our vantage point, which is right around the 50. So, but joke's on us. They like to punt away. Low snap, gets away, down to the 20. He's going to fall, and the Bombers are in the red zone for their 2nd drive. That was a low snap. Really couldn't do much. Evan Patterson, and just a disastrous start here for Elmwood-Brimfield.
Yeah, not much you can do about that as the punter. You just get to it, get on it, make sure that Macomb can't run it back. Give your defense at least the opportunity to perform, hold them to a field goal. But yeah, that costs them a lot of yards.
Trojans 17 is the start of this drive. It's a handoff up the middle, gain of 8 from Drake May. Well, their running game is going about 10 times better than the Trojans is, and the Trojans have been running it every play.
Well, that's what you get with a player like May. You know, we've seen him able to make explosive plays running 60-plus yards downfield, as well as other capable runners like Watson and even Nupp in some cases.
So it'll be a handoff to Haven. Sports corner, first down inside the 5. Looks like they'll mark him down at the 2.5 line. And it'll be first and goal for the Bombers.
Yeah, I imagine this would probably be a keeper with Nupp or a quick handoff to May to just take it in there for the touchdown.
Maybe they'll fool you and do a one-on-one.
Well, maybe.
First and goal.
Prove me wrong.
From the 2. Nupp, handoff, touchdown. Bombers in front, 12-0. Joshua McPeters with the touchdown. Point after on the way. There's the jump from the defense. Half the distance. And we'll see if they want to keep this extra point try on the board.
Looks like they're still signaling to just go for the one on the sidelines.
And it'll just be a extra 1.5 yards for the extra point try. Not much of a difference. And it's good. Bombers off to about as good of a start as you can have here. Defense has been efficient. Offense has been efficient. Both their drives have been past the 50, one of them inside of the red zone, and it's 14-0 Bombers here in the first quarter.
I'm Lindsay Schaefer. I'm a physical therapist specializing in pelvic floor physical therapy here at McDonough District Hospital Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation. Young women, a lot of them have pelvic pain. They don't realize that it's something that they don't have to live with anymore. It's very common for people to have urinary leakage. And I always say it's common, but it's not normal. It's not something you need to live with. I also focus on hip pain, back pain. It's all kind of connected. Any age really can benefit from it.
14-0 Bombers in front over the Trojans. Thanks to everyone tuning in. Let us know where you're watching from in the comments below. But the story of the game is the Trojans' run has gone nowhere, and the Bombers have had 14 points in their first 2 drives in plus territory. And the Bombers recover the onside kick, or it looked like it might have been a squib, but nonetheless, the Bombers have it.
Yeah, I can guarantee that was an onside kick.
Yeah.
The football wasn't laid on any sort of tee. It was laid flat on its side, and Bombers do that to perfection.
So the Bombers' first drive prior to the 50 is going to come on the result of the kickoff.
I guess just being up a few points, you wanted to test something out.
Yeah.
And end up going in their favor.
Past the 50 again. Apologize there. They're at the 46, 45 in Trojans territory. Let's see what the Bombers have on this drive. Nupp going deep. Caught! Touchdown, Bombers! First play, Kyler Norton, 45 yards.
Bombers must be looking to break a record or something. That's 3 touchdowns, and we've still got more than 3.5 minutes left in the first quarter.
And what do we have here? We have a flag, pass interference on the defense, so it won't matter. Touchdown, Bombers. 3 different players. Watson, McPeters, and Norton. 2 touchdown passes for Nupp. McPeters was on the ground. 20-0 Bombers, and the point after coming here. It's good. 21-0. And at this pace, let's see where this gets to. I'm doing the math here, 82 right now. You think we'll get there?
If they keep up this pace, you never know.
21-0. Bombers in front here, just over 3 minutes in the first.
Whether it's an emergency situation or an outpatient scan, McDonough District Hospital's radiology department offers the test you need right here in Macomb. If you need an MRI, a CT scan, ultrasound, X-ray, a bone density scan, or to schedule an annual mammogram, our experienced radiology staff will provide high-quality, compassionate care. McDonough District Hospital, your community radiology partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time.
21-0. Bombers in front here in this first quarter, and it's just been all Macomb. They got the onside kick just moments ago, and it just turned into a one-play touchdown. They'll kick this one away. No debate about that one. That's the longest kick of the night. Going to return this one inside the 10. That was Shane, brought down. Let's see if the Trojans can find something here on this drive. Third of the night. Jackie Clark watching from Macomb. My good friend Scott Holland in the chat tonight. Appreciate the kind words. It's an 11-yard return for Shane. It's 1st and 10. Backed up. Pass to the outside. That's complete. The first of the night for the Trojans. On the reception.
I think that might have caught Macomb off guard, too. They lined up in their typical run formation and instead swinging out right and get a good amount of yards for it.
That was Gruno with the catch. 2nd down and short. Here comes the run. And once again, is going nowhere. Been 1 first down tonight for Elmwood-Brimfield. Whether Macomb's had that many or not, they've been in the end zone 3 times already. So it'll be a handoff. Pushing his way forward past the first down marker. At least one would think, and it is. 1st down, Trojans. And Johnson, the carry. This will be another carry towards the outside as they were going quick. Brought down out of bounds at the 37. Miles Auger, excuse me, on the carry.
It just looked like a run version of a screen pass. Just got it out, sent some linemen with them, and tried to get as many yards as they could.
2nd and medium for Elmwood-Brimfield. Carry up the gut to about the 40. Third and 2 from the 40. Rolling out to his left. He's going to fire it, and it's caught. 1st down, Trojans. We have a flag. Believe that might have been PI. That was complete. Tommy Burkett, who took a big hit on top of that near the end of the play. Believe this is going against the Bombers.
Let's see. They're moving the...
Yeah, pass interference is going to get declined. So 1st down for the Trojans, a 15-yard completion. Might have fooled everyone.
Yeah.
3rd and short, and they throw it.
It's It's definitely powerful if they use it right.
Another pass. Rolling out to his right. Short lollipop incomplete. Logan Estes, the intended target from Evan Patterson. Not a bad throw. Like,
No, not at
honestly,
all.
like that's the exact kind of throw that you want to have in that situation of one-on-one coverage. You want it ahead of the receiver, which it was.
Getting it over that defender, and this throw game can be really powerful when they're lining up the exact same way every single play. You don't really know what they're going to end up going for, and sometimes it can be hard to track who's going to be blocking and who's going to be running.
This will be a run here. Just piling his way near the 40. It'll be third down. That appeared to be Gavin Strom on the carry there. 6'5", 195. I mean, push the big man forward. 3rd and 6. Toss. Up the gut, pushing his way through. First down. Miles Alger took that toss. And the Trojans are moving.
Yeah, finally able to get this offense running. Took them a few drives, but a good combination of effective passes and runs, and they're able to get this ball downfield.
Late here in this first quarter, 21-0 Bombers. 34. Another toss. Auger near the 31. Gain of about 4. Obviously, without a doubt, has been the best drive of the night for the Trojans. I think what's been a big part of that is the ability to actually mix in your run and passing plays in that same formation.
Yeah, I think all the passing plays we've seen have been very effective. They've had a receiver open on all times, whether it's been brought in has been different, but they've always had a guy open.
Another pass rolling out to his right. Patterson gonna throw incomplete, out of bounds to the right side. Intended target, Logan Estes. It's the first incompletion.
Second incompletion.
Second incompletion. I knew I was missing one. Second incompletion. Third down coming up here for Elmwood-Brimfield.
But even despite an incompletion, I think as far as I can remember, every throwing play has had a man open.
Yeah. That one was probably the tightest coverage.
Yes.
He was open, but it had to be bang, bang. It had to be perfect.
Yep. And
obviously
you'd
wasn't
rather
the case.
have an incomplete pass than an interception.
Yeah.
So they've still got third down. They still got play to work with.
Brought down a minimal gain up the gut from Lane Johnson. Fourth down. Be about about 6 yards short to end this first quarter. Bombers in front 21-0. As this presentation presented by Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling. Macomb High football here on TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. Back after this.
Here at MDH, we provide one-on-one care to our patients. This allows them to feel supported and empowered during their labor process. The Tower of Power is a cart full of tools and resources to help support women during their labor experience. Items include massage therapy tools, aromatherapy, personal care items, music therapy, and features our labor menu.
We provide a celebratory dinner to each family to congratulate them on their new little one. We strive to create a safe and supportive environment where each mother's unique birth plan is respected.
Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling presents to you Macomb High football, TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH. McDonough District Hospital athletic trainers in the MDH Rehabilitation Center with locations in Bushnell, Macomb provide expert help to area student athletes in the prevention, care, and rehabilitation of all athletic injuries. Learn more at mdh.org. McDonough District Hospital, more than a hospital care, a hospital caring. Locations in Macomb and Augusta, and with 80 years of car sales experience, Ron Elby Auto Sales, your hometown go-to for your next car in Macomb on East Jackson Street. Stop in and talk to Justin, Jared, or Chris, or visit www.ronelby.com to check out their inventory today. And pressure caught, able to get the toss, but it's not going to mean anything. Bringing the pressure was Drake May on the Bombers' defense.
There was a flag late after the tackle. We'll have to wait to see what that is.
I don't exactly know what this could have been. We're going to have 12 men? 12 men on the field on the offense?
Looks like
Or
it.
illegal, yeah. Yeah, 12 men on the field, and that's going to be a turnover on down. So, I mean, it technically counts as a completion, but Drake May, a big part of that stop right there, Ben.
Yeah, just got quarterback under pressure very early. And desperation throw while having a guy on him, but to no avail. Actually, it would have been better if it was incompleted because it would have been brought back to the line.
Yeah. Well, now this will be the first time that the Bombers start prior to the 50. This will be at the 41-yard line. Jet pass to Watson, who's going to get towards the outside, past the 50, brought down at the 48. That will be a Sports Corner first down for Watson. Senior night in Macomb, homecoming weekend for Western Illinois, so all the festivities happening here in Macomb this weekend. Homecoming game for Western Illinois tomorrow at 3 p.m. over on ESPN Plus, and you can catch me on the call, play-by-play. Aiden Dursine will be doing the color with me. First time play-by-play for Western football. No pressure there, right, Ben?
Yeah, I mean,
Got the spot board with me. We're going
not-
over stuff during the break.
it's not like you're going to be on national
Yeah, no.
television or
No big
anything like
deal.
that.
Yeah. Homecoming game, obviously, all the alumni here. Not all of them, obviously. That'd be a lot. But decent amount this weekend. I've already seen some around campus today. Lobs it up and just out of the reach. Incomplete. Kyler Norton was looking for his second touchdown of the night. Senior night for Macomb tonight, but also still one more home game next Friday. We're playing host to Lewiston, Spoon River, Cuba, the co-op school there. Tri-op, quadruple-op, whatever you want to call it, but they got that. They're coming here next week. Same time, same place. You might be here.
Maybe. We'll see.
I will not be here, though. Western Illinois Volleyball is the reason for that. Sports Corner first down there just moments ago, so it'll be 1st and 10 for Macomb, past the Trojan 40 at the 36. Screen pass complete. Watson breaks a man, just going to go out of bounds at the 30. Gain of 6.
I will say, I feel like we've seen a lot more passes from the Bombers as opposed to some of the previous ones we've done.
Definitely true. It's also been converting more. I mean, more success on these passes tonight. More success on the runs tonight as well. Smaller sample size. And I think we have a penalty here. Got on sportsmanlike conduct, I think. And was that because of a player talking? I mean, I'm looking at the
I don't know.
signal that the ref had. It looked like jibber jabber. Like, I don't know.
I don't know. We had Nolan Hogue come off and Kyler Norton come in for him.
I don't know. It's a 15-yard penalty. I mean, I know the score is the score, but you know, discipline is definitely a thing that you want to focus on here if you're Macomb, especially here in crunch time. That's a penalty that you just can't commit. It's going to back him up all the way to the 45. They'll try and get those yards back on the ground. Might have lost the football. Let's see. Looks like the Bombers did recover it. That was a lineman, I think, who had that. Oh, May lost the ball. Bombers do recover.
Looks like we got a player down.
We have an injury, too. Yeah.
Can't tell who it is.
And Bombers will regroup here near midfield. Since 1960, Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling has provided the greater Macomb area with expert sales, service, and installation of quality home comfort systems. Call your local Carrier dealer today at 309-833-2852 and find out how Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling delivers 365 days of indoor comfort. Located at 210 South Lafayette Street in Macomb, Illinois, serving soup, salad, sandwiches, homemade dessert, Blue Bunny ice cream, and a full-service coffee bar. Breakfast served all day and free Wi-Fi. Visit them online at www.olddairy.macomb.com. Call 309-837-6700 for your takeout. Still an injury here on the field, so we're going to take a break. Bombers 21, Trojans nothing. TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH.
I think the rewarding parts of my job are seeing people over time and seeing getting to know them and getting to know their families. And that's very exciting to see them and get them better over time, especially if I'm able to find out something that other places haven't. And that's kind of what drew me to family medicine. You know, I try to get along with people and treat them as I would my family. Do what we can to get the patients taken care of day in and day out. It's pretty supportive. I'm Dr. Michael Waters. I'm a family physician here at the McDonough District Hospital Family Clinic.
Samuel Potter, the offensive lineman, was injured there. 5'8", 205, was able to get up and off the field. Bombers offense will continue their drive. Now going to roll out, passes low and incomplete. Falling in front of Havens. Third down coming up.
Fourth down.
Oh, fourth down. Excuse me there. Good catch, Ben. I definitely missed track the downs here. I thought that on Sportsmanlike was on first down. I guess it was second. Or maybe
Looks
it's
like they're
going
going
to
to go for it.
Yeah. Fourth and a decent amount here. I mean, this looks like about, what, 15? They need to get to 27. So, yeah.
And I got a defensive player jump offside, or offsides, neutrals on infraction.
So now you have a 4th and 12.
Something like that.
Yeah. So bring them at the 39.
A little more manageable, but
There's
still
30.
a long ways to go for fourth down.
Yeah, 37.5, 38, excuse me. They need to get to the 26.5. So yeah, about 4th and 12. Bombers will go for it. Worrell and Nupp communicating here before this 4th and long. Up 21-0. Shotgun. Pass towards the outside, wide open, complete. Watson breaks a tackle inside the 10, near the end zone. He'll score. Touchdown, Bombers. Watson with his second of the night. Well, that communication to Nupp and Horrell near the end there, right before that snap pays off, saw something that could have been open on the coverage, and it worked out to perfection. That was a 38-yard touchdown. Extra point is good. Well, the Bomber touchdown parade continues. Third passing touchdown of the night for Nupp. 2 of those going to Watson. The third
To Carter Havens.
Yeah, Havens, yep, because McPeters had the rushing touchdown on the ground. So, 28-0 here in the second quarter. We're back after this.
When you trust your healthcare needs to MDH, you'll receive compassionate care from our nationally accredited medical departments and award-winning staff. We are here for you 24 hours a day, 7 days a week, providing exceptional care right here in Macomb. We also accept Aetna, HealthLink, Blue Cross Blue Shield, and most other insurance plans for your convenience. McDonough District Hospital, your regional healthcare partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time.
Second quarter, and looks like the scoreboard is not going to be my friend right now. So 28-0. Let's see if this will pop up. I mean, I absolutely, there it is, and it says 29. Let's fix that for you guys. Let's see, will it work here? 28. There it is. 28-0 Bombers here in the second quarter over the Trojans. This kickoff will be, what, a fair catch, or do we have a flag? I mean, it sounded like a whistle was blown as the kick was going away, but...
Got a false start on the kicking team on the Bombers.
So this will move them back 5 yards. I mean, I never saw the white hat give a signal, but I think that this is kind of what happened.
I don't think he has officially. Maybe he did.
I don't think he did.
I saw one of the black hat
officials
make it.
Well, 5 yards back go the Bombers on the kickoff. Oh, a kick from the 35 instead. You know, that was a long kick. I don't know if 5 yards will make or break here from Cats.
Go for the onside.
Yeah, going for the onside, and the Trojans will be successful on this one. Plus territory, the 49. Trojans. Do you think that the Trojans might try to get a little bit more creative here passing? Or
I think they have to. After the first two drives where they just kept it on the ground with not much doing, I think their only option is to mix in some passing into there like they did in the most recent drive.
And that'll be a carry of about 2 up the middle. That being, excuse me, that was Lane Johnson, I'm pretty sure. If not Johnson, then that was Noah Tome. Second down and 8 here, 47. The Bombers side.
The scoreboard turned off here.
You know, it's not the first time that that's happened.
It's back though.
Here, it's that happens a few times here in Macomb, I've noticed. I think last year it happened a few times as well. Yeah, I don't know.
It is back.
Explain it.
We got just over 9 minutes left to play before halftime. Looks like we got another injured Bomber.
Just the last thing you want to see if you're Macomb here, a second injury. It might have been on the defensive line side, it looks like. Hopefully everything's all right. Athletic trainer going to come out. We're going to take a break. Back after this. 28-0 Macomb.
My name is Kelsey Cunningham. I'm a nurse practitioner with the cardiology department here at McDonough District Hospital. Cardiology is like a big puzzle. A lot of things can be traced back to the heart, and to see somebody in your office at the beginning of the process really down on themselves and, you know, not feeling like their best self, and I think in their mind never really thinking that they're going to recover from that, to fast forward 6 months where they're back doing things they once did. It's the ultimate goal, and I love to see it happen.
I'm Lindsay Schaefer. I'm a physical therapist specializing in pelvic floor physical therapy here at McDonough District Hospital Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation. Young women, a lot of them have pelvic pain. They don't realize that it's something that they don't have to live with anymore. It's very common for people to have urinary leakage. And I always say it's common, but it's not normal. It's not something you need to live with. I also focus on hip pain, back pain. It's all kind of connected. Any age really can benefit from it.
Whether it's an emergency situation or an outpatient scan, McDonough District Hospital's radiology department offers the test you need right here in Macomb. If you need an MRI, a CT scan, ultrasound, x-ray, a bone density scan, or to schedule an annual mammogram, our experienced radiology staff will provide high-quality, compassionate care. McDonough District Hospital.
That was William Thomas, who was injured on the Bombers side, the defensive lineman, 6'0", 205. He was able to get off the field on his own. Meanwhile, another play on the ground. That's 2 here in the first 2 of this drive. Well, I guess it's 4th down. I missed it again. I am losing my downs here, Ben.
It's all right.
Not good.
Get through it today, and you'll be good tomorrow.
Yeah, hopefully we won't lose those downs tomorrow. 4th down and 4. Looks like a reverse end around, brought down behind the line. Drake May forcing the turnover once again.
I think that pending stat changes might push him up to 3rd in total tackles in the state. He's 1 off 3rd the last time I checked, and of course, whoever was in 3rd still has a game to play today, but Drake May is definitely challenging him for it.
Oh, Drake May's just got to stay on the field. He's got some plays to run here, Ben. He's got some touchdowns to get.
That's true.
Think, right?
That's true.
It'll be a 1st and 10 from the 46. There's May. 49. Screen complete. Watson looking for some separation and brought down at the 42. That's a Sports Corner 1st down. First and 10, 43-yard line. Handoff, May. Gain of 6.
A lot of good runs so far from May, getting at least 3 on most plays, a lot of times more. Putting in some good work this drive.
What do we have here going on? I think we have
Not sure.
communication issues. Looks like they've got it figured out. Just looked a little adamant. They're Nupp and May, I think. Handoff, counter, May. Sports Corner. 1st down to the 31.
Just saw William Thomas come back on, so injury not too
It's good to
serious.
see. Yep. Defense and offensive line, I should have specified during that injury. 6'0", 205. He is back out there, ready to play. Always love to see that. Not the only William Thomas we know, Ben.
No, he's not.
That's ironic. 1st down, the 31. Another handoff and stumbling, brought down. Shoestring tackle from May.
Good thing they brought him down there.
Yeah, he would have been gone, probably. There was a lot of green grass ahead of him. Or should one say green turf. 2nd and 5 for the Bombers. Nupp rolls to his right. Fire near the end zone, and over the head of the intended target, Watson.
And just a little behind him there, and that would have given Watson the hat trick with his third touchdown, but instead it'll end up just being third down.
As we said on our sports show, Leatherneck Insider, Cody Gill actually had a chance to speak with Watson a few weeks ago after breaking the receiving yards record. Admired Marvin Harrison Jr. in his college days over at Ohio State, so that's some pretty good wide receiver, and Watson inspired by his game, and he's playing pretty good here at this high school level. This will be a handoff up the middle from May. Going to be just short. Looks like we have a fourth down coming up here.
Yeah, any player that can be out there breaking records is definitely going to be a good one, and with Macomb having a pretty good history as far as I know of football, he'd be a good wide receiver on any high school team.
4th and 2. Bombers will go for it. 2 backs in the backfield. And that will be McPeters, who moves his way past the first down marker. Sports Corner, first down for McPeters, already a touchdown tonight. That's one thing. You've seen them utilize McPeters a few times tonight up the gut on those short plays.
That can be especially good when you got both May and Peters on there who can run, and Nupp keeping it himself. You got 3 very talented runners all right there, and you never know who's going to get it or which way they're going to go.
1-on-1 caught. No, he lost it. Incomplete. Thought he might have had it there, but it might have just went through the hands.
He almost had it.
Hit knocked it out too.
One of the two, or both.
Second down for the Bombers. They're really trying to get Watson that third here. This will be a handoff. May near the 5 and brought down.
Just kept dragging people with him. Thought he was going to drag the whole defense in for a touchdown.
That was a Sports Corner first down as well. The gain of 12 for May. Everything going good for Macomb tonight. Only hiccup was the 15-yard unsportsmanlike, really. Really little impact on the game so far. First and goal from the 5. Nupp hands it off to May. He looks to get in the end zone for the first time tonight, fighting his way near the line.
I don't think he got it, but maybe proved otherwise. I think he got down to the 1.
Yeah, about the 1, maybe inside the 1. He's a little disappointed in himself, but it'll be second and goal from, looks to be right at the 1. Again, 1 rushing touchdown that was from McPeters. So May has yet to get in. I'm sure he's hungry for that here. 2 backs once again. Maybe they give it to McPeters again.
We'll see. They got
a multi-touchdown game. Let's see.
Both McPeters and May back.
Only need a yard. This would be a play to do it.
Could also just keep it with Nupp and just try to go for it real quick. Got a lot of options.
3 passing touchdowns for him tonight. Long wait. It'll be a keeper from Nupp, pushing his way in. Touchdown, Bombers. $34-0 here in this first half. Macomb firing on all cylinders on senior night.
Got about 3 minutes left to play in this half, so not a lot of time, enough to make something happen, but gonna have to hurry it up if the Trojans want to get a score before half.
Cats will kick his 5th extra point, and it is good. Bombers 35, Trojans nothing here in the second quarter.
Here at MDH, we provide one-on-one care to our patients. This allows them to feel supported and empowered during their labor process. The Tower of Power is a cart full of tools and resources to help support women during their labor experience. Items include massage therapy tools, aromatherapy, personal care items, music therapy, and features our labor menu.
We provide a celebratory dinner to each family to congratulate them on their new little one. We strive to create a safe and supportive environment where each mother's unique birth plan is respected.
2 rushing touchdowns from the Bombers offense tonight. Not one of them has been to Drake Met.
Yeah, and
I'm not here to diss him, obviously. But
yeah,
yeah.
He's he still leads the team in total touchdowns, but you're right. We've yet to see him score a touchdown. Not like he hasn't been absent from the offense. Still had a lot of good running plays. Just hasn't been able to find the orange turf in the end zone.
Kick away. About the 19-yard line, you'll see the return past the 30, past the 40, near the 50, into Bomber territory, and a nice return from Tommy Burkett. Senior year, 6'2", 190. Cameron Keene was able to get him near sideline out of bounds, brought down. Best play of the night for Elmwood-Brimfield.
Yeah. I mean, longest run, best reception. I think first time they're getting it within the 50. Mm-hmm. We'll see what they're able to do with it.
And first down, we're going to see in a pass attempt. Did he catch it?
Looks like he did.
Yeah, he held on.
Yeah.
It is a catch, complete. Once again, Tommy Burkett doing it all here on this drive. Wow, what a catch. Evan Patterson under center. Some baseball news. Cal Raleigh has tied up the ball game in the bottom of the 8th. A solo home run, 1-1. The Mariners and Blue Jays. That series is tied at 2 apiece. The score is tied 1-1. And I mean, Mariners and Blue Jays baseball in October has been nothing short of amazing and just absolute scenery.
Meanwhile, on the other end, Dodgers are looking to sweep the Brewers. They're 3-0. And
I hate to talk negative about the Brewers, but holy cow, they have looked terrible. I mean, that is an understatement, at least offensively. This will be a handoff up the gut. He gets some space and brought down inside the 20. Kind of Lane Johnson was able to just keep that play going.
Yeah, able to pick up the first down, and I think this is the first time that Trojans are in the red zone.
Let's see if they can get on the board here, but yeah.
We only got 2.5 minutes to do it. We'll see what they're able to do.
Right at the 20. Low snap, just going to turn into a keeper for Patterson.
Clock's still rolling. Just got past 2 minutes. Imagine when Trojans are going to try to eat up some clock, so that way if they do turn it over, they don't give the Bombers enough time. But definitely want to be conscious of that. With still over 15 yards to go, if you're going to keep it on the ground, you want as much time as you can.
Second down. And we're going to see a little bit of a Wildcat ball might have came out. Bombers claim they have it. Let's see, it's a fight here. And it looks like the recovery is with Elmwood-Brimfield near that scuffle. On the Bombers' end, was Blaze Howell. And here's some more baseball news that just happened. Shohei Ohtani just went deep. So, as you just said about that sweep, it's a leadoff home run for Ohtani. Well, we have a timeout called here by Elmwood-Brimfield, so will we. Back in 30.
Every McDonough District Hospital sports medicine and rehabilitation patient receives one-on-one appointment times with a licensed staff member. They develop a personalized recovery and treatment plan to turn your setback into a comeback. We offer physical and occupational therapy, vestibular rehabilitation, speech-language pathology, cardiac and pulmonary rehabilitation, dry needling, and pelvic floor therapy. MDH, your community physical therapy partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time.
More updates on the baseball diamond right now. First and second, nobody out for Seattle. Top of the order in the bottom of the eighth. 2-2's your score. Dodgers, well, 3-0. They're already running away with that one, it feels like. Milwaukee's had absolutely no life in this NLCS, and it's sad in a way because, like, Birds have never had a win, and they do all that against the Cubs, winning in 5 games, a thriller of a series, just to come out here flat-footed, just embarrassing. It's a bummer for them, and it's a shame because Pat Murphy's such a good guy. Great manager, great guy, and just to see him fall like this, just not fun, especially for their fans. About a minute left here in this half. It'll be a keeper. We're going to see a pile here full of Bombers and Trojans, and the play will be dead.
Get 45 seconds left and 4th down for the Trojans, I think. 3rd down. Nope, I was right. 4th down. So, need a 1st down or a touchdown on this play for the Trojans, and they don't have much time to do it, even if they do get that 1st down.
2 timeouts as well. You're going to see Patterson roll to his right. He's going to throw it. Picked off. Near the end zone, trying to run it back, and was brought down inside the 10. The interception from Nolan Hogue. And a Bomber turnover.
Oh, about 12 seconds left. The Bombers get it back deep in their own territory. I doubt they're going to do much with it. Get a handoff. If something happens, it happens, but don't expect too much with this little clock left.
Probably maybe they'll try one-on-one.
Maybe they will.
I mean,
you never know.
You got 3 receivers lined up here on the right. Just be a keeper. Sports Corner 1st down. Past the 30. Past the 40. Has separation. There he goes. Touchdown, Bombers.
There is a flag on the play, so don't celebrate too soon. Not sure who that's on.
Caden Nupp. Over 90 yards. But as you said, let's wait for the signal. Oh, man. Ouch for the Bombers. It's a holding that's going to bring him back half the distance.
Yeah, that's unfortunate.
I think he has 64 here. You have Bodiford talking with the ref. He's like, what did I do? If it's on him, I can't tell. I mean, we got May talking too. We have got all sorts of Bombers talking with officials right now. Swarm of orange around these black and white stripes. At the end of the day, this is half the distance. They're going all the way back. Or maybe it's a spot of the foul. That hold.
Yeah, it looks like
walking back from the 46. So, yep. Near midfield is where that holding happened.
You're going to... They're going to have to put some time back on the clock.
Yeah,
it reads zeros.
Yeah, you're going to have to put some time back.
Not sure how much.
And that
time.
Clock will run. Actually, no, it won't. It'll stop here.
So, enough time for one more play, but...
maybe one more chaotic run from Napu. Just found some spaces, and there obviously turned out to be a reason for that, Ben. Good old holding penalty. That's my favorite penalty when you have a run. You have such a great run, and it's like, yep, hold. Back them up. Beep, beep, beep.
It's always so unfortunate because you did all the work to beat 11 defenders, and then you turn around, you see a yellow piece of cloth line on the turf, and you have to make the slow walk back to try it all again.
Not only that, I think a timeout had to have been called here because there's no way that this would have been.
Yeah, I think the Bombers called one.
Yeah, Bombers probably did. So, well, hey, they still had plus yards there technically.
Yeah, still read zeros on the clock, so maybe they just get the snap and
And
go from there. But we'll see if they're able to do it again. But we'll see. Now another timeout. This time by the Trojans, I think.
Oh my goodness. Brimfield. The Trojans will take a timeout here in this final play. It still says zeros on the clock here in this first half. So holding, timeout, timeout. Man, Dwayne's probably like, we're waiting for the halftime interview.
Yeah.
With his MDH partners over there. I'm like, what are we doing? So.
Hawks have read zeros for about 2 minutes left so far, and they're going to be 2 minutes after this timeout.
Yeah.
And
Well,
just staying with us.
third time is a charm, right? I think.
Well, I mean, we do still. Each team still has a few timeouts left, so you never know.
It's true. How about Macomb calls one here? No? You don't think so? First down from the 36. Thanks to everyone tuning in tonight so far. Should have a quick second half. One would think this will be a screen pass. Trying to get some lead blockers ahead of the Trojans. Going to be brought down past the 50 from Havens at the 49. That's halftime for Macomb. 35-0 on senior night. All the Bombers, 3 touchdowns in the air, 2 on the ground, Ben.
Yeah, and I mean, it's really just been the Bombers' game to play. Trojans had one opportunity in the red zone, ended up getting intercepted. And had it not been for a holding penalty, we would have 6 touchdowns for the Bombers. So, Ben, Bombers' game to play all day so far. We'll see if the Trojans are able to fix things after halftime or if the Bombers are going to keep running away with it.
Bombers will receive the second half kickoff. 35-0 your score. TSSR Game Time Live presented by MDH Arnold Brothers Heating and Cooling. Macomb High Bombers Sports. Time for the MDH halftime interview. Dwayne Hulett with more.
All right, welcome back. I'm here with Melissa Onion, another employee at MDH. And why don't you tell everybody what your job is here at MDH?
Sure. I am the Director of Obstetrics here at MDH, so I oversee labor and delivery, nursery, and postpartum care.
So the labor and delivery unit is newish for MDH and state-of-the-art, isn't it?
It's gorgeous. It was recently renovated in 2019. It is absolutely gorgeous. We have whirlpool spa tubs in every labor room. We have 3 labor rooms, 8 postpartum rooms, all private suites, so it's very nice.
What is it about labor and obstetrics that's important for a hospital? Because you see so many hospitals that are losing that department. What is it that made MDH, or what is it that keeps it at MDH?
I always like to tell people that the community truly funded our women's center, because they did. They were the ones that raised the money for us to renovate our facility and to continue on. It's so important right now in the state of Illinois. There's less than 20 level 2 facilities left that are offering birthing facilities. So it's so important and vital for our community to keep those facilities going.
Well, obviously, you're local. You're from the Rushville area, so you're local to the region anyway. So you can feel that personally as in MDH's growth in the area. It means something to you because you're from here.
Absolutely. Grew up, born and raised in Rushville, just 30 minutes away. But in this community, the closest tertiary care center is over an hour away. That is vital to have a facility, especially in maternal care, that mothers can go to and need. So it's very important that we're here.
Well, we've talked about in our interviews in years past and now and this year about how important the staff is. You know, it doesn't matter how good the facility is if you don't have a good staff. And it seems like everybody you talk to at MDH cares about their job and what they do.
I think that's what's so unique about a rural facility is we all know each other. At larger facilities, sometimes you're just a number. Where here, you're an individual. We see you as a true person. Our staff is truly a family. That's something that we pride ourselves on because we are such a small knit group. It's wonderful to be a part of.
You know, some people, as they chase a career, and I'm not saying you're chasing a career, but as you chase a career and you move up the ladder, you know, you want to move up to bigger and better things, quote unquote. It seems like there's a lot of local folks that climb the ladder at MDH and that's where they want to be. And you seem to be one of those people too. What is it about MDH that makes you want to climb the ladder here, but you want to stay here?
once again, it's that small town feel, that sense of community within our hospital. We have a great administrative team that's really supported a lot of the younger leaders to continue to grow and to grow up that ladder and to give us the skills that we need to do so. So I really owe it to them to assist me to do that.
If you talk about the labor and delivery wing, pick out a couple of things. You mentioned the whirlpools. Let's leave that out. Mention a couple things from the department that you think helps MDH stand out.
So because we are a rural facility, we are able to provide one-on-one care to our moms when they're in labor. We've recently been recognized for our Promoting Vaginal Birth initiative from the state of Illinois, and we've implemented what is called a power tower that has all sorts of tools that moms can use during their labor to empower them through that process. And our staff love working with the moms to do that.
And obviously you work with the moms, but care for the babies after they're born is key also. What is that? How do you guys separate those two things? Do you feel like both are equally as important, and are you able to handle both equally as well?
Absolutely. So we're unique once again in the sense that we have to be versatile in all areas of obstetrics. If you go to a larger facility, usually you pick one area that you're an expert in, where we have to be an expert in all areas. And I think that really makes us stand out. That's not something that we take lightly. We jump in and we try to be the best in every single area that we can be.
Well, Melissa, I thank you for coming and talking to us here, and it's a beautiful wing, and do everything you can to keep it as beautiful as it is, because I know that the mothers appreciate it. So
absolutely. Well, thank you.
We'll be right back after this.
My name is Kelsey Cunningham. I'm a nurse practitioner with the cardiology department here at McDonough District Hospital. Cardiology is like a big puzzle. A lot of things can be traced back to the heart, and to see somebody in your office at the beginning of the process really down on themselves and, not feeling like their best self, and I think in their mind never really thinking that they're going to recover from that, to fast forward 6 months where they're back doing things they once did. It's the ultimate goal, and I love to see it happen.
All right, welcome back. I'm here with Melissa Onion, and another employee at MDH. And why don't you tell everybody what your job is here at MDH?
Sure. I am the director of obstetrics here at MDH, so I oversee labor and delivery, nursery, and postpartum care.
So the labor and delivery unit is newish for MDH and state-of-the-art, isn't it?
It's gorgeous. It was recently renovated in 2019. It is absolutely gorgeous. We have whirlpool spa tubs in every labor room. We have 3 labor rooms, 8 postpartum rooms, all private suites. So it's very nice. What is
it about labor and obstetrics that's important for a hospital? Because you see so many hospitals that are losing that department. What is it that made MDH, or what is it that keeps it at MDH?
I always like to tell people that the community truly funded our women's center, because they did. They were the ones that raised the money for us to renovate our facility and to continue on. It's so important right now in the state of Illinois. There's less than 20 level 2 facilities left that are offering birthing facilities. So it's so important and vital for our community to keep those facilities going.
Well, obviously you're local. You're from the Rushville area, so you're local to the region anyway. So you can feel that personally as in MDH's growth in the area. It means something to you because you're from here. Absolutely.
Grew up, born and raised in Rushville, just 30 minutes away. But in this community, the closest tertiary care center is over an hour away. That is vital to have a facility, especially in maternal care, that mothers can go to in need. So it's very important that we're here.
Well, we've talked about in our interviews in years past and now and this year about how important the staff is. It doesn't matter how good the facility is if you don't have a good staff. And it seems like everybody you talk to at MDH cares about their job and what they do.
I think that's what's so unique about a rural facility is we all know each other. At larger facilities, sometimes you're just a number. Where here, you're an individual. We see you as a true person. Our staff is truly a family. That's something that we pride ourselves on because we are such a small-knit group. It's wonderful to be a part of.
Some people, as they chase a career, and I'm not saying you're chasing a career, but as you chase a career and you move up the ladder, you want to move up to bigger and better things, quote unquote. it seems like there's a lot of local folks that climb the ladder at MDH, and that's where they want to be.
Mm-hmm.
And you seem to be one of those people too. What is it about MDH that makes you want to climb the ladder here, but you want to stay here?
Once again, it's that small town feel, that sense of community within our hospital. We have a great administrative team that's really supported a lot of the younger leaders to continue to grow and to grow up that ladder and to give us the skills that we need to do so. So I really owe it to them to assist me to do that.
If you talk about the labor and delivery wing,
Mm-hmm.
pick out a couple of things. You mentioned the whirlpools. Let's leave that out.
Mm-hmm.
Mention a couple things from the department that you think helps MDH stand out.
So because we are a rural facility, we are able to provide one-on-one care to our moms when they're in labor. We've recently been recognized for our Promoting Vaginal Birth initiative from the state of Illinois. And we've implemented what is called a power tower that has all sorts of tools that moms can use during their labor to empower them through that process. And our staff love working with the moms to do that.
And obviously you work with the moms, but care for the babies after they're born is key also. What is that? How do you guys separate those two things? Do you feel like both are equally as important, and are you able to handle both equally as well?
Absolutely. So we're unique once again in the sense that we have to be versatile in all areas of obstetrics. If you go to a larger facility, usually you pick one area that you're an expert in, where we have to be an expert in all areas. And I think that really makes us stand out. That's not something that we take lightly. We jump in and we try to be the best in every single area that we can be.
Well, Melissa, I thank you for coming and talking to us here, and it's a beautiful wing, and do everything you can to keep it as beautiful as it is, because I know that the mothers appreciate it. So
absolutely. Well, thank you.
We'll be right back after this.
Whether it's an emergency situation or an outpatient scan, McDonough District Hospital's radiology department offers the test you need right here in Macomb. If you need an MRI, a CT scan, ultrasound, x-ray, a bone density scan, or to schedule an annual mammogram, our experienced radiology staff will provide high-quality, compassionate care. McDonough District Hospital, your community radiology partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time.
All right, welcome back. I'm here with Melissa Onion, and another employee at MDH. And why don't you tell everybody what your job is here at MDH?
Sure. I am the director of obstetrics here at MDH, so I oversee labor and delivery, nursery, and postpartum care.
So the labor and delivery unit is newish for MDH and state of the art, isn't it?
It's gorgeous. It was recently renovated in 2019. It is absolutely gorgeous. We have whirlpool spa tubs in every labor room. We have 3 labor rooms, 8 postpartum rooms, all private suites. So it's very nice.
What is it about labor and obstetrics that's important for a hospital? Because you see so many hospitals that are losing that department. What is it that made MDH, or what is it that keeps it at MDH?
I always like to tell people that the community truly funded our women's center, because they did. They were the ones that raised the money for us to renovate our facility and to continue on. It's so important right now in the state of Illinois. There's less than 20 level 2 facilities left that are offering birthing facilities. So it's so important and vital for our community to keep those facilities going.
Well, obviously you're local. You're from the Rushville area, so you're local to the region anyway. So you can feel that personally as in MDH's growth in the area. It means something to you because you're from here.
Absolutely. Grew up, born and raised in Rushville, just 30 minutes away. But in this community, the closest tertiary care center is over an hour away. That is vital to have a facility, especially in maternal care, that mothers can go to in need. So it's very important that we're here.
Well, we've talked about in our interviews in years past and now and this year about how important the staff is. You know, it doesn't matter how good the facility is if you don't have a good staff. And it seems like everybody you talk to at MDH cares about their job and what they do.
I think that's what's so unique about a rural facility is we all know each other. At larger facilities, sometimes you're just a number. Where here, you're an individual. We see you as a true person. Our staff is truly a family. That's something that we pride ourselves on because we are such a small knit group. It's wonderful to be a part of.
You know, some people, as they chase a career, and I'm not saying you're chasing a career, but as you chase a career and you move up the ladder, you know, you want to move up to bigger and better things, quote unquote. It seems like there's a lot of local folks that climb the ladder at MDH and that's where they want to be. And you seem to be one of those people too. What is it about MDH that makes you want to climb the ladder here, but you want to stay here?
Once again, it's that small town feel, that sense of community within our hospital. We have a great administrative team that's really supported a lot of the younger leaders to continue to grow and to grow up that ladder and to give us the skills that we need to do so. So I really owe it to them to assist me to do that.
If you talk about the labor and delivery wing, pick out a couple of things. You mentioned the whirlpools. Let's leave that out. Mention a couple things from the department that you think helps MDH stand out.
So because we are a rural facility, we are able to provide one-on-one care to our moms when they're in labor. We've recently been recognized for our Promoting Vaginal Birth initiative from the state of Illinois. And we've implemented what is called a power tower that has all sorts of tools that moms can use during their labor to empower them through that process. And our staff love working with the moms to do that.
And obviously you work with the moms, but care for the babies after they're born is key also. What is that? How do you guys separate those two things? Do you feel like both are equally as important, and are you able to handle both equally as well?
Absolutely. So we're unique, once again, in the sense that we have to be versatile in all areas of obstetrics. If you go to a larger facility, usually you pick one area that you're an expert in, where we have to be an expert in all areas. And I think that really makes us stand out. That's not something that we take lightly. We jump in and we try to be the best in every single area that we can be.
Well, Melissa, I thank you for coming and talking to us here. And it's a beautiful wing, and do everything you can to keep it as beautiful as it is, because I know that the mothers appreciate it. So
absolutely. Well, thank you.
We'll be right back after this.
I'm Lindsay Schaefer. I'm a physical therapist specializing in pelvic floor physical therapy here at McDonough District Hospital Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation. Young women, a lot of them have pelvic pain. They don't realize that it's something that they don't have to live with anymore. It's very common for people to have urinary leakage. And I always say it's common, but it's not normal. It's not something you need to live with. I also focus on hip pain, back pain. It's all kind of connected. Any age really can benefit from it.
All right, welcome back. I'm here with Melissa Onion, and another employee at MDH. And why don't you tell everybody what your job is here at MDH?
Sure. I am the director of obstetrics here at MDH, so I oversee labor and delivery, nursery, and postpartum care.
So the labor and delivery unit is newish for MDH and state of the art, isn't it?
It's gorgeous. It was recently renovated in 2019. It is absolutely gorgeous. We have whirlpool spa tubs in every labor room. We have 3 labor rooms, 8 postpartum rooms, all private suites. So it's very nice.
What is it about labor and obstetrics that's important for a hospital? Because you see so many hospitals that are losing that department. What is it that made MDH, or what is it that keeps it at MDH?
I always like to tell people that the community truly funded our women's center, because they did. They were the ones that raised the money for us to renovate our facility and to continue on. It's so important right now in the state of Illinois. There's less than 20 level 2 facilities left that are offering birthing facilities. So it's so important and vital for our community to keep those facilities going.
Well, obviously you're local. You're from the Rushville area, so you're local to the region anyway. So you can feel that personally as in MDH's growth in the area. It means something to you because you're from here.
Absolutely. Grew up, born and raised in Rushville, just 30 minutes away. But in this community, the closest tertiary care.
And halftime is over. Second half is just about to begin with the Bombers receiving this kickoff up 35-0. Ben Wamsley, Caden Strunz with you on the call on this senior night for Macomb. Second to last home game of the season. They'll be home next Friday as well before the playoffs begin with the selection committee and all the brackets being posted next Saturday night at 6. That is a loose football. And let's see, I think the Bombers had it. I think he fell on it successfully. Excuse me, Bombers will have the ball 1st and 10 as Marshawn Brown was able to fall on that one.
Yeah, Bombers have been all dominant in this one today. We've had one opportunity where the Trojans were in the red zone, but ended up throwing an interception that towards the end of that half. So 5 touchdowns, 3 over the air, 2 on the ground for the Bombers, and try to get the 6-1 now.
Handing it off to May. Sports corner, first down near the 40. And that's a guy who has not gotten into the end zone today. Nupp was able to get in on the ground. McPeters on the ground. Watson in the air twice. And Havens was the other one. So that's really the scoring there. Nupp with 3 passing touchdowns, 4 total. Bombers at the 40. Looking deep once again. Separation and incomplete.
Just off the hands of Marshawn Brown. Had a good amount of contact, but not able to bring it in.
He'll come off the field after that attempt. Second down for the Bombers. From the big 4-0. Shotgun handoff towards the outside. Brought down at the 49. Gain of 9, 3rd and short for Drake May and the Bombers. Third and 2 from the 48. Need to get to the 50. Another handoff. Sports corner, first down near the 46.
Good drive so far considering where the Bombers started at. Been able to put in some good work. Get it within their own 50. And pretty efficiently too. Haven't had a 4th down yet.
Trojan territory, 1st and 10 at the 46. Nupp will take the shotgun. May will take the handoff. Not May, excuse me, Havens at the 44. Second down. Quick pass complete. First down. Sports corner, first down near the 28 for Nolan Hogue.
Boy, 2 tackles for that, and had he broken that 3rd, he would have gone all the way. Good effort to get the first down and kept fighting for a little more.
First and 10, Trojan 28. Handoff bursting through the middle inside the red zone. is Havens. Second and 1 after the 9-yard rush from May. Nupp. 1-on-1 and short of the intended target, Cassidy Harrison.
Yeah, they were just going to try one-on-one coverage, see what they got going on, especially with you being so close to getting that first down. Just take a chance to the end zone. Unfortunately, not able to capitalize this time.
3rd and 1 from the 19. Handoff. Havens has the first down. Sports Corner first down. We'll put him inside the 15. See McPeters out there. He already has 1 touchdown tonight. Don't see May out here.
Yeah, he's on the sidelines right now.
Keeper for Nupp. Gonna get towards the outside, inside the 5, walking his way into the end zone. Touchdown, Bombers.
It's his second touchdown on the ground so far.
5th touchdown overall tonight for number 5.
6th touchdown on the night, and I believe that puts it to a running clock. We'll see, but I think the Bombers scored enough to push it to a running clock.
41-0, and the 6th extra point of the night on the way. Extra point is good. 42-0, Bombers in front. Macomb's original local sports bar is Sports Corner at 124 with a focus on local sports. Catch WIU games and all the area TSSR Game Time live broadcasts at Sports Corner at 124, all while enjoying your favorite cold drink and some of the best food in West Central Illinois. Stop in and say hi at 124 North Randolph Street in Macomb. Face-to-face, over the phone, by email, or by text. You choose how you do business with Tom Conklin, State Farm, Macomb. You can reach them at 309-837-1200 or visit them online at www.macombsf.com. Better yet, stop in and get your quote today. 1221 West Jackson Street in Macomb. Caden Family Chiropractic, with locations in Bushnell and Macomb, supports Bushnell-Prairie City athletics. They offer office hours in Macomb on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Bushnell on Tuesday, Thursday, Friday. To set an appointment, call 309-837-6932. Also perform DOT, DOT, and CDL physicals for just 85 buckaroos. Kickoff for the Bombers here. And what is a 42-0 score right now? And a big tackle, Havens in and falling.
There's a flag on this play. We'll wait to see what they call. Made on the line, made by one of the line judges.
Dylan Shane on the return there. A 19-yard return, and we've got a hold that's going to bring him back.
So what was a decent return back is now back at the 13-yard line. So Trojans got a long way to go if they want to try to get their first score. Closest they came was within the red zone, I believe, around the 10-15-yard line, but that was when they already started within the 50, so a lot longer to go and still going to be just as challenging.
And back on the ground they go. Not much. Second and long.
Yeah, maybe a yard or two on that play. I think they're just going to keep them right there. Not what you're going to want to do to try to get back a few points.
So we'll eliminate the Trojans from any chance of playoffs. Not that you can't, it's not a guarantee that you get in with 5 wins. Eligible, but, I mean, again, the odds even are in your favor. That first game would probably be against an undefeated opponent who's probably clobbered everyone this season, so.
We'll say it is possible.
Yeah. Still possible right now.
Yeah. Still possible to win those games against those undefeated teams. My home team came close last year as a 5-win team.
I think my team, was it 3 years ago? Yeah, 3 years ago. I think they made it to the round of 16, Sweet 16, whatever you can call it. They beat a Chicago team. I don't know how good they were, but that'll be a pass overthrown.
Flag on this play looks like it's going to be on the Bombers.
Yeah, they're going to call a hold, PI maybe. I mean, yeah, Jay Webb was the intended target. This wasn't the secondary. It's either a hold or a PI. I mean, there's definitely a hold. They're going to call PI. So this will be a first down for the Trojans. At least one would think.
Start walking.
That'll be a 15-yarder. So first down for the Trojans. Yeah, I mean, you know, IHSA playoffs, I8FA playoffs as well. I want to mention that TSSR Game Time Live, presented by MDH, has all the I8FA playoff games, and if I'm not mistaken, I don't want to spread misinformation here, but I'm pretty sure they have all of them across the state. I8FA, they will carry the I8FA State Championship. That's on Friday, November 21st at Monmouth College last year. I think it's there this year too.
Yeah, I'm not,
Just up the
not
road,
sure on that. I'll trust you on that.
But yeah, we won't be. Well, I won't be there either. Got basketball that night. Day 5 would be 7 consecutive days in that stretch of a ESPN production at Western. So it's one where we just had to brace ourselves and have some fun with it. Going to be brought down at about 39. But yeah, Dwayne Hulett does a lot, especially for the I8FA community. And Wyatt Reed was on the call last year for that state championship. I was over on the replay side of things, and then I was going down running batteries to some people as well. Levi Meyerhofer was one of the sideline people, and let me tell you, it was very cold that game. Friday before Thanksgiving, it was, I think, 35 degrees at kickoff, 7 o'clock at night. So, yeah, pretty cold. Dark, obviously. And, yeah, I mean, that was...
It just doesn't sound very fun.
I mean, inside wasn't bad. Like, we were inside in a press box. It's all spread out. Like, Monmouth College has a really nice press box for a, what is it, Division III? Division III or NAI, one of the
3 or 2.
Yeah, Division III, I'm pretty sure. But a really good press box. I was impressed. I mean, it makes me just look at what Western has and like, oh man. Trojans at the 45. Scrambling, getting some room, gonna run it out past the 50 into Bomber territory. Cooper Martin, his sophomore season, getting some reps under center.
You do have a running clock. You got 2.5 minutes left to play in the third.
I haven't had a running clock in a long time. I totally forget how quick running clock games go. The last one I had was last year. I haven't had one this year. I only had one last year. That was what in the world was that? I think it was a West Prairie game.
Yeah, and that goes for all.
Mistaken.
That goes for all sports. I don't officiate football, but
I had a running clock for basketball too. I guess last year there was a 42-6 game. I'm like, oh man, that's like a football score, 42-0 right here. And a run to the outside that will move the chains. Cody Burge will move them for the Trojans.
I don't know of a sport that doesn't have a running clock rule.
Baseball?
Yeah, I guess baseball. They got mercy rule, though.
I mean, they do have mercy rule, but it's after certain innings at least, unless that's changed. My freshman year in high school, holy cow,
it
we lost by
changes.
40.
At least in high school, it changes based on innings.
Yeah.
15, I think, 1 through 4, and then 10, 5 and after.
Oh, that's probably why. I was like 42-2 freshman baseball game, and
Goodness.
I'm like, oh my goodness, we need to like end this game like now. That pass is caught. Past the 30. Gavin Strom with the completion. Well, you're starting to see the backup quarterback here. Cooper Martin starting to move things here for Elmwood-Brimfield.
You know, now that I say the running clock, I don't think basketball has an official rule on running clock. I think that just schools just agree to it.
Yeah. I mean, I know it was Macomb last year for the only running clock I had for basketball. So that'll be a run, not much there.
Yeah, I don't think that's officially in the rule book.
Yeah, I've been here for soccer last year, although I think it was 3-0. Or honestly, I really don't remember.
The IHSA, you gotta get up to 7 before
Yeah.
anything happens.
Yeah.
9.
No, Macomb actually won one of their only wins last year. I was here for. Was that a bomber? Good luck charm.
Maybe.
I don't know.
We need to
It
get
was
you here more.
It was 1-0, and they were like 0-8, 0-7 against a team that was like 4-3.
Wow.
Like, oh my
Good
goodness.
for them.
Like, good win there. To the outside, near the 25, Cody Berg.
This one's going to run out the half. Or not half, quarter,
coming to
excuse me.
close here, looks like.
Yep, quarter's coming to close.
Unfortunately, we have an obstructed view, and I just don't have the unfortunate to find that clock for me. Third quarter's over. Scott Holland, come pick up your kid. 42-0. Fourth quarter coming up next.
My name is Kelsey Cunningham. I'm a nurse practitioner with the cardiology department here at McDonough District Hospital. Cardiology is like a big puzzle. A lot of things can be traced back to the heart, and to see somebody in your office at the beginning of the process really down on themselves and, not feeling like their best self, and I think in their mind never really thinking that they're going to recover from that, to fast forward 6 months where they're back doing things they once did. It's the ultimate goal, and I love to see it happen.
Fourth quarter, Trojans hustling out to the field. 42-0 running clock. It's 4th and 6 for the Trojans. We'll wait to see if they can convert here. We are 1 quarter away from the Trojans' playoff hopes being done. See, do you get the first down? Separation, there he goes. Inside the 5.
Real good effort to bring him down. That was number 21, Cassidy Harrison, stomping the touchdown senior on this Bomber squad. I thought he was gone, but
Noah Newman was able to just break free. Can the Trojans cash in here for the first time tonight? First and goal from the 5. And in. Touchdown, Trojans. They will get on the board here in this fourth quarter.
finally able to get into the end zone there, and they'll fill that donut on the scoreboard with some points. And it's technically not too early for them to be counted out of it, but it's going to take a whole lot of work to do so.
I'm going to go for 2.
Don't blame him.
Off balance. Yeah, he's going to go down. Just not a great design there. Under center.
Yeah, but
from Martin.
Being down this much, you don't have too much else of an option than to go for 2.
Yeah.
Try to make up points where you can, but nothing happening there.
Take a break. Trojans on the board.
I'm Lindsay Schaefer. I'm a physical therapist specializing in pelvic floor physical therapy here at McDonough District Hospital Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation. Young women, a lot of them have pelvic pain. They don't realize that it's something that they don't have to live with anymore. It's very common for people to have urinary leakage. And I always say it's common, but it's not normal. It's not something you need to live with. I also focus on hip pain, back pain. It's all kind of connected. Any age really can benefit from it.
The only other game happening in the TSSR area tonight, West Central versus Bushnell-Prairie City on TSSR Game Time Live. 53-14, West Central is up on Bushnell-Prairie City. We were there a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
It was 20-0 Bushnell-Prairie, right? They blew that 20-0 lead in a matter of like 5 minutes.
I think, and the final score was 41-40, I want to say.
41-40, 42-40. It was, I mean, the 2-point battles. Or big thing there in that game as well as Bushnell-Prairie City and Ridgewood, I think.
Sounds about right.
Yeah, Ridgewood and Bushnell-Prairie City. That was back in early September, about 5-6 weeks ago. In Bushnell, Illinois, just about 20 minutes north of here.
We got an injured Trojan on the field now. Can't tell who it is.
Really making some movements right now. While they take care of that injury, we will step aside.
Here at MDH, we provide one-on-one care to our patients. This allows them to feel supported and empowered during their labor process. The Tower of Power is a cart full of tools and resources to help support women during their labor experience. Items include massage therapy tools, aromatherapy, personal care items, music therapy, and features our labor menu.
We provide a celebratory dinner to each family to congratulate them on their new little one. We strive to create a safe and supportive environment where each mother's unique birth plan is respected.
Well, Trojan injury looks to be all right. You have more on that, Ben?
Yeah, that was number 66, Hayden Brugger. I knew I would butcher it either way, so I'll just say both. But able to get up on his own to the sidelines. Didn't look to be in too much pain, so he may return late in the fourth quarter.
Well, 42-6 out of this timeout. Bombers on offense here, and I mean they're going to improve to 7-1 at the end of this one. And you win next week, you're 8-1. Then it's playoffs. I mean,
yeah, and with
here's a few things I will say. I think obviously the competition is going to be different for Macomb in the playoffs. I mean, a lot of these schools that they've played are, it just comes down with the region that they're in. I mean, that's the bottom line. I mean, it's unfortunate in terms of Macomb and how the adjustment, all that, this, that, and the other thing. But I mean, that's just sometimes how it is. They've played Murfreesboro 3 of the last 4 years, or 3 of the last 4 matchups, and they've lost all 3, or was it 2 of 3? They've lost the last 2. I mean, last year it was like a 5 or 6 point game with about 5 minutes left. It slipped away. They lost by 23, 20 plus.
And I will say, Macomb does definitely have potential. They played Farmington to a close game. They slipped away later in the fourth, but it was a close game for most of it.
Yeah, and you can argue. I mean, last year went to overtime.
Yeah,
and they lost 26-20. So I mean, it's competing.
They've got potential. They just need to make sure they got a good pass game going and to avoid those unenforced penalties like the unsportsmanlike conduct that we saw here, and they've got a good chance to make a good playoff run.
I definitely agree with the passing game. I mean, you got to, again, when you don't have a passing game, you don't have a run game. I think that's really, I mean, you can have a run game. Obviously, if the run game works, you're solving a lot of problems. You're not having to worry about that pass game, but I mean, it gets to a point where if it gets down to that situation, your pass game's not working with NUP, then you're obviously going to May. And obviously your fallback is Drake May. He's a great player. He's one heck of a football player.
But at the same time, you can't expect him to run every play.
The whole thing. Yeah.
I mean, you've got plenty of people who are capable of running, but you can't count on them for a whole football game. So you've got to have some level of pass game.
Those playoffs will be in 2 weeks. We'll start October 31st, Halloween night. The spooky season upon us of the IHSA playoffs. Right? That pass will be incomplete. And depending on assignments, we'll see where we end up. I really have no idea at this point where we're going to end up. Macomb hosts will probably be here.
Yeah,
That's probably
if Macomb wins out,
plan here
which
host.
we expect them to win out, they'll only have one loss. Chances are they'll be host to some team.
Who knows, right? I mean, that's the thing. Like, you can't. Like, you can guess who they're going to play. There was a bracket prediction. Again, want to emphasize prediction earlier this week that had them playing Woodstock North.
Yeah, but
with Chicago suburb school. Actually, sorry to cut you off, but in the same conference as my high school, Sandwich. So I found that interesting, just a little bit. I mean, what do you think of all that? The whole matchup stuff that happens.
You know, it's really difficult to tell. I mean, the whole playoffs is so unpredictable just because it's high school and there's a lot more variation that can happen at high school, especially in terms of the teams that you face. But the tiebreakers are based off of how many wins your opponents have. So, you know, the opponents you play all have one good week, and suddenly your seeded goes up another 3 or 4 spots if all the teams you play against get wins. So it's very unpredictable, the seeding, and you kind of just got to wait for it to happen to really plan anything.
Bombers were backed all the way up in this punt. They were able to get it off, but it's going to be great field positioning and a great tackle, though, on the Bombers' side. That was, excuse me here, it looks like I was on the wrong side of my paper. That's DeMarco Cotrin with the tackle, so plus territory for the Trojans. I mean, you know, we'll see who they play, obviously. I mean, I have a feeling the Bombers will get a home first rounder, but again, I also half the time don't know what I'm talking about when it comes to this, right? So, I mean, they could go 3 hours away. They could go right here. I mean, it could be 4 hours. It could be 45 minutes away.
We were talking about it earlier. If we're fortunate enough, they'll play my home team, and then we've got a real good thing to talk about, real fun thing to talk about.
Yeah,
but
you have that whole thing right there.
But I don't think my home team of Taylorville, I mean, they need to win one more game to be playoff eligible, and even then they're
Sandwich out here.
I hate to burst your bubble, but even if Sandwich wins out, I still don't think they're playoff eligible. They're 2-5.
Oh, they're 2-5. Man, you were telling me they were 4-3.
Well, I looked at the wrong
happened?
team. I'm
What
sorry.
happened? You just gave me the worst news of the night, right there. Well, I guess they can't come out here though. How about Plano? How are they doing? Do you know anything about Plano?
Who?
Plano
I do not know.
Reapers. Yeah, I'll take a look at that here. Maybe they can come out here.
But anyways, probably not going to be Taylorville because they would just be making it in there. They're towards the lower end of the 4-3 teams. So they'll probably be playing one of those
Plano
undefeated.
will come out here. They're 0-7.
They'll probably be playing one of those undefeated teams if they make the playoffs.
Another carry towards 20. No, can't be Plano, can't be Sandwich. Plano and Sandwich combined 2-12.
We got 5 minutes left
senior
to
night
play.
after the game.
Huh?
Did I just hear that they're doing senior night after the game?
I mean, I guess they didn't announce it and walk out before the
Oh.
game, so I guess so.
Hmm.
Got an injured bomber on the field.
I guess
Can't see who it is right now.
Is that the?
Looks like another lineman, maybe.
Yeah, man. Also, good time to tell you that Western Illinois football will be on ESPN Plus tomorrow, 3 p.m. Central. They'll play host to the Charleston Southern Buccaneers. Aiden Dersey in the color. I will be on the play-by-play duties for the first time with Western football on ESPN Plus. Been doing the sideline essentially every game. I guess I did color for 2 games last year too, so I guess I've done every position on the ESPN crew in front of the camera, technically after tomorrow. But we have our spot board here, over here right next to me actually. We got this little handy-dandy sheet. We got a lot more writing to do on it just to get some important stuff out here, but still some good info. Shout out to my friend Russ Eisenstein for allowing me to take this sheet that he shared with me for this week. Yeah. It was kind of a whole last desperation thing. It was actually Tuesday night when I found out that he wasn't going to be here, and it was Wednesday when I found out that I was going to be in place of him. So,
And Western looking to get their first conference win too.
yeah, speaking with Joe Davis earlier this week, I mean, that was one where it's like if you told him that through 8 weeks or going into week 8 that team would only have one win, say that you're crazy. You'd probably yell at you. Probably, I mean, like that's the thing. Like that's a team that has a lot of expectations this year. There's a lot of. I mean, what's the word to say? A lot of dents right now in the vehicle. I mean, there's a lot of.
Yeah.
I mean, they're dealing with a lot right now. A lot of injuries. A lot of. The quarterback shakeup that obviously can cause some issues there.
And speaking of injuries, the injured bomber was Hudson Welker, senior O-line, D-line. He's on the sidelines right now getting a drink of water. But yeah, shake-up at quarterback. Carswell has been doing well for the situation he's been put in, especially as a freshman. But always a shake-up whenever you change quarterback.
Trojans are in the red zone once again here. They're just past the 20. Handoff. Past the 15 from Newman.
4 minutes left.
Is it still run?
Yes.
I guess we don't know. It's a run. That definitely feels like it's a running clock still then.
Yes, it has felt.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, not sure what the official rule is, but for most sports,
Gotta be
it's
35.
Even if you go back under the score required, it still stays a running clock.
Really?
Yeah, like the only sport that I know of it is in soccer.
Yeah.
If in the second half a team's up by 7, time gets cut in half. But if that lead drops down to 6, the timer still stays in half.
Yeah. Well, Newman had another carry there just a moment ago. Trojans will try and punch it in one more time tonight. But again, they will be eliminated from the playoff eligibility list after this loss here. It'll be a carry that'll bring them inside the 5. Yeah, senior night here, homecoming over at Western, so a lot of
Macomb festivities.
A lot of Macomb festivities. A Monopoly board, obviously, down there in the square. Go check that out. Sports Corner, of course. That's some of the best food there. Kelsey Hutchins will be one of your servers tomorrow. We've actually got her shift scheduled, 10 to 7. Into the end zone for the touchdown. Trojans are in. A lot of excitement on the Trojan side. And, yeah, that was that was a lineman. Was that Baron Case? It was. Oh, that's awesome.
That would explain it.
5'8", 265 offensive lineman able to get into the end zone for the touchdown.
Glad they're still able to have some fun,
Yeah.
get excited, get a lineman a touchdown.
It's awesome.
Yeah, and also with Sports Corner, we got trivia on Tuesdays.
You go to that?
I went to one.
Did you win?
No, we got 3rd.
Oh, it's a team trivia.
It's a team trivia.
You know, they used to have team trivia. It was Forgatonia, but that place since closed down. If Scott Holland's still in the stream, unless he's picking up his daughter right now, like I mentioned at the end of the 3rd quarter, which if you are not, you definitely should. Got 4.5 minutes or 4 or 3 or who even knows anymore. 3 minutes.
Yeah.
But he did trivia with us on a number of occasions. I think we won trivia every time at Forgatonia when we did. I mean, it was a group of people, and there was definitely no cheating involved at all. So all clean. It's not like one of the people's girlfriends was like the manager there or one of the shift leads or nothing there. Nothing sketchy about that. But that place has since closed down, obviously, since last December.
Well, I can say a 3rd place finish at Sports Corner is good enough for a free drink, so...
Get out of here, really?
I need to find a drink that's non-alcoholic
3rd
that I
place
can
is
drink.
good enough for a free alcoholic drink? Or any drink?
Or non-alcoholic, I hope.
Wow.
Otherwise, I'm going to have to wait
So,
a while before I use mine.
What is first place?
First place gets a gift card and a free drink, and I think 2nd place just gets a gift card.
How much is a gift card?
I don't know.
I know, because I'm
I don't win it.
like I done the meal. A typical meal there is like about $15-20. So
But there's some diehard trivia people there.
really, so like how
I was
does it
competing
get
with-
filled up? Like, is it a filled up?
It's just based on table. You can have as many people at your table. You're all one
I
team.
might have to bring this up to Will.
I was there with the Quiz Bowl team, and we obviously
still
weren't
got
smart enough.
Third?
Huh?
Still got third?
Still got third.
Oh, come on, Ben.
Most of it was local trivia. There were some questions about the
no,
Macomb area.
we could definitely get Will on there.
Oh,
He's
you're-
been there since 2019.
Oh, you're gonna want some. They do, I guess, sort of a trivia halftime where they ask a hyper localized question.
Oh, goodness.
You got to pay, I think, $1
Is there
to
like
get
a-
in,
is there like a question
and there's
of,
a
like,
prize pool.
What year was the Macomb Walmart found? Is that like kind of
More difficult. There was a small high school. At least the last one I went to, there was a small high school. I don't remember the name of it, but you had to name the last graduating class and 2 people from that class. There were 6 people in that class.
Wait. From what school?
I don't remember the name, but it was a small
What?
it was a small high school or junior high in Macomb.
God.
You had to name 2 people from that graduating class and what graduating class that final year was.
Oh my God. Bombers are in victory formation here.
But
That's
if you
why.
got that question right, you got like $120.
I feel like it's just like a scam of taking a buck.
Evidently, someone.
But you're risking a
some
buck
people
into
have gotten it.
120.
No.
Here's some baseball updates too. Will just texted me. 4-0 Dodgers, the bottom of the 4th. So that was Ohtani, 469 feet, his second home run of the night. 1 hit through 4 innings as a pitcher. Best player of all time. I mean, that's not gonna be a debate there. Bombers once again will nail it here, but yeah, Ohtani is just insane.
We'll see if you're gonna go to Sports Corner, get knowledged up on pop culture. There's a lot of questions about actors and singers and whatnot.
Oh, God. I got a lot to learn then if I want to get some gift cards, some Sports Corner, or some drinks there, some free drinks. Maybe Dwayne knows some stuff.
Maybe.
Nah, he can't. I'm sorry, Dwayne. Maybe he does.
You just need one.
He's not watching.
You
this
just need
stuff,
to know
right?
one question to be helpful.
It's true. I knew one last year from our Forgotonia trivia, and it was, what was it? I can't even remember what it was. They're gonna nail this one more time, I think, and then that'll be it. But
Yep.
I mean, what was it? Band's already playing. Let's see. It was like a player. It was like a rule. I can't remember. Can't remember too much. Too much trivia. Well, that's going to wrap it up here. The Bombers will come out of this game with the 42-13 win. That is your final here on senior night. The Bombers are victorious and improve to 7-1. With 1 game left to play next week at home. Same time, same place. Macomb improves. The Trojans fall to 3-5 and are now not playoff eligible. 6 touchdowns from the Bombers, 5 from Nup, 3 in the air, 2 on the ground. McPeters with the other touchdown on the ground. Watson had a pair in the receiving department. Havens had 1 as well. Offensive lineman on the Trojan side came away with the touchdown. Baron Case. That does not seem right. It was Baron Case, though. 67 with that touchdown in the second half. So, we got a break here. Coach Tanner Horrell will join us, or maybe not. I think we have seniors here, so this might be a little bit.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
So we'll be back here in just a little bit with the post-game interview.
All right, welcome back. I'm here with Melissa Onion, and another employee at MDH. And why don't you tell everybody what your job is here at MDH?
Sure. I am the director of obstetrics here at MDH, so I oversee labor and delivery, nursery, and postpartum care.
So the labor and delivery unit is newish for MDH and state of the art, isn't it?
It's gorgeous. It was recently renovated in 2019. It is absolutely gorgeous. We have whirlpool spa tubs in every labor room. We have 3 labor rooms, 8 postpartum rooms, all private suites. So it's very nice.
What is it about labor and obstetrics that's important for a hospital? Because you see so many hospitals that are losing that department. What is it that made MDH, or what is it that keeps it at MDH?
I always like to tell people that the community truly funded our women's center because they did. They were the ones that raised the money for us to renovate our facility and to continue on. It's so important right now in the state of Illinois. There's less than 20 level 2 facilities left that are offering birthing facilities. So it's so important and vital for our community to keep those facilities going.
Well, obviously you're local. You're from the Rushville area, so you're local to the region anyway. So you can feel that personally as in MDH's growth in the area. It means something to you because you're from here.
Absolutely. Grew up, born and raised in Rushville, just 30 minutes away. But in this community, the closest tertiary care center is over an hour away. That is vital to have a facility, especially in maternal care, that mothers can go to and need. So it's very important that we're here.
Well, we've talked about in our interviews in years past and now and this year about how important the staff is. You know, it doesn't matter how good the facility is if you don't have a good staff. And it seems like everybody you talk to at MDH cares about their job and what they do.
I think that's what's so unique about a rural facility is we all know each other. At larger facilities, sometimes you're just a number. Where here, you're an individual. We see you as a true person. Our staff is truly a family. That's something that we pride ourselves on because we are such a small-knit group. It's wonderful to be a part of.
You know, some people, as they chase a career, and I'm not saying you're chasing a career, but as you chase a career and you move up the ladder, you know, you want to move up to bigger and better things, quote unquote. It seems like there's a lot of local folks that climb the ladder at MDH and that's where they want to be. And you seem to be one of those people too. What is it about MDH that makes you want to climb the ladder here, but you want to stay here?
Once again, it's that small town feel, that sense of community within our hospital. We have a great administrative team that's really supported a lot of the younger leaders to continue to grow and to grow up that ladder and to give us the skills that we need to do so. So I really owe it to them to assist me to do that.
If you talk about the labor and delivery wing, pick out a couple of things. You mentioned the whirlpools. Let's leave that out. Mention a couple things from the department that you think helps MDH stand out.
So because we are a rural facility, we are able to provide one-on-one care to our moms when they're in labor. We've recently been recognized for our Promoting Vaginal Birth initiative from the state of Illinois. And we've implemented what is called a power tower that has all sorts of tools that moms can use during their labor to empower them through that process. And our staff love working with the moms to do that.
And obviously you work with the moms, but care for the babies after they're born is key also. What is that? How do you guys separate those two things? Do you feel like both are equally as important, and are you able to handle both equally as well?
Absolutely. So we're unique once again in the sense that we have to be versatile in all areas of obstetrics. If you go to a larger facility, usually you pick one area that you're an expert in, where we have to be an expert in all areas. And I think that really makes us stand out. That's not something that we take lightly. We jump in and we try to be the best in every single area that we can be.
Well, Melissa, I thank you for coming and talking to us here, and it's a beautiful wing, and do everything you can to keep it as beautiful as it is, because I know that the mothers appreciate it. So
absolutely. Well, thank you.
We'll be right back after this.
My name is Kelsey Cunningham. I'm a nurse practitioner with the cardiology department here at McDonough District Hospital. Cardiology is like a big puzzle. A lot of things can be traced back to the heart, and to see somebody in your office at the beginning of the process really down on themselves and not feeling like their best self, and I think in their mind never really thinking that they're going to recover from that, to fast forward 6 months where they're back doing things they once did. It's the ultimate goal, and I love to see it happen.
I'm Lindsay Schaefer. I'm a physical therapist specializing in pelvic floor physical therapy here at McDonough District Hospital Sports Medicine and Rehabilitation. Young women, a lot of them have pelvic pain. They don't realize that it's something that they don't have to live with anymore. It's very common for people to have urinary leakage. And I always say it's common, but it's not normal. It's not something you need to live with. I also focus on hip pain, back pain. It's all kind of connected. Any age really can benefit from it.
Whether it's an emergency situation or an outpatient scan, McDonough District Hospital's radiology department offers the test you need right here in Macomb. If you need an MRI, a CT scan, ultrasound, x-ray, a bone density scan, or to schedule an annual mammogram, our experienced radiology staff will provide high-quality, compassionate care. McDonough District Hospital, your community radiology partner, growing our legacy one patient at a time. Every McDonough District Hospital sports medicine and rehabilitation patient receives one-on-one appointment times with a licensed staff member. They develop a personalized...
I think the rewarding parts of my job are seeing people over time and seeing getting to know them and getting to know their families. And that's very exciting to see them and get them better over time, especially if I'm able to find out something that other places haven't. And that's kind of what drew me to family medicine. You know, I try to get along with people and treat them as I would my family. Do what we can to get the patients taken care of day in and day out. It's pretty supportive. I'm Dr. Michael Waters. I'm a family physician here at the McDonough District Hospital Family Clinic.
And I'm with head coach Tanner Horrell now of the Bombers after their 42-13 win over the Trojans. That was, I mean, quite the accelerated start for you guys. 21-0 in that first quarter. The onside kick or squib it. Yeah, able to recover that. And then the first play touchdown right after. I mean, what was it like to get that kind of start out of your guys tonight?
Yeah, we talked about that from the beginning, right? We call these like no hope games. Don't let them have any hope. Take the air out of their sails right from the beginning of the game. And that's kind of what we were able to do. We got to stop the first drive and a couple scores. And then Hayden's been messing around with a little kick with the ball on the ground, and it worked perfect. It bounced right up to us, and when we get those big plays, they're usually deflated a little bit, so we want to hit them over the top right away.
Yeah. You were able to get a few different players in the end zone tonight. McPeters was able to get in. You had Watson with a pair. Nupp had 5 total touchdowns, 2 on the ground, 3 on the air. I mean, what's it like to have a performance out of Nupp like that here late in this season?
Yeah, he keeps building. He's a kid we've had a lot of confidence in. It's just getting game reps, and even a couple of those passes tonight were just barely off, right? And we've been doing a better job of connecting the last couple of weeks, and he's a kid that can run the ball really well. We saw it on the one that even got called back. So he's a dangerous weapon that we have, and I think he's going to be really good next year. I think he's really good this year, but I'm really excited with another off season. But we still want to see him at his best here, and I think that's where we're at. Hopefully we get better the next 2 weeks, and he's really good in the playoffs.
Yep, one more game here until the playoffs. I mean, what are you looking to take away next week, and I guess in between your practices here as you get closer to the playoffs here 2 weeks from what could be today or tomorrow?
Yeah, I think it's just cleaning up things that we see on film, and just trying to be at our best, try to stay healthy. We're thin. So making sure we're healthy going into week 10, and then just doing the little things, continue to work on tackling, continue to work on blocking, continue ball security, and working on timing for our routes. And that's really our big emphasis.
There you go. Well, appreciate your time. Whether we see you in a few weeks or not, don't know. I won't be here next week just because I got volleyball. So appreciate your time here. Appreciate all the post-game stuff this year. The Leatherneck Insider interview you had with Luke earlier this week.
That was good. That was awesome.
So
had Drew on earlier too.
We had Cody with Drew earlier. Maybe some more stuff here in the coming weeks. So appreciate your time.
And thank you. Thanks for doing that.
Yep, of course. Appreciate you very much. So Tanner Horrell, head coach for Macomb. Final score tonight, 42-13 over the Elmwood-Brimfield Trojans. For our entire crew, Glenn Novak, the cameraman, Ben Wamsley, the color, Caden Strunz, your play-by-play, good night from Macomb. We hope to catch you guys very, very soon, and have a great rest of your night.